Attention campers, it's your counselor Zachariah, and I'm hitting the road with my brand new live comedy show, the 2025 Big Back Behavior Tour. From the mind of your favorite husky jean-wearing big bone baddie, it's gonna be a night of stand-up, wigs, characters, wigs, lots of wigs. And don't worry, Jonathan's opening for me. Call that a Camp 2-for-1 special. So come through and kick your little feet, laugh with us, and you better be barking. We're heading to 25 cities across North America, so click the link in the show notes to see if we're coming to your city. And grab your tickets now before they sell out. Counselor, there's a raccoon stuck in the vending machine.
That's so annoying. I wanted a snack.
Welcome to Trail Mix.
Our mini episodes from Camp Counselors podcast.
Each week, the stories come from you, our Camp Shady Birch campers.
We want to hear your juicy gossip,
Top secret confessions,
embarrassing and scary stories,
and sprinkle in our sage counselor advice.
Trail Mix is for the campers.
And God, do we love ya.
Hey, happy campers.
Welcome back to Trail Mix.
This is our mini episode where we read listener-submitted stories brought to you by listeners just like you.
Thank you. Campers, something happened to me this week that has never happened to me before, and it was so exciting. And I'll share, and I'll save the twist for the end. So I was sitting on the couch, campers, and I'm like on my phone, and I get like a random PayPal notification from some sort of organization that I do not recognize, and it says $35.99, and I said, "What the hell are they trying to charge me right now for either $35.99 or $34.99?" So I'm like, what the freak is even this, campers? So I go to my PayPal and I click the transaction. I quickly realize that this wasn't a withdrawal, it was a deposit. And I clicked the little like info about the transaction, and it said that this was my settlement for filing one of those class action lawsuits against Facebook for like leaking data. I don't know when I did that, but a long time ago. I was like, oh, you know, they share that.
Yes.
And they're like, oh, like, you want to be a part of this? So I'm like freaking out, and I run downstairs to tell Jonathan.
And I'm like, baby, I already got the Zelle notification.
We both got this settlement for, and I remember seeing this on TikTok, and everyone was like, you better fill it out because you're entitled to money. And I remember we were together.
Yeah.
But I don't remember when. Was
I
it
don't
like a year
remember
ago?
when. It was a long time ago. Because it was a long enough of a time where I was like, well, shit, we're not getting that money.
I forgot I even did that. But then when I saw it, I was like, I actually remember seeing someone tell me to do that. And then I remember we both did it. We were in Brooklyn for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't believe we're winning lawsuits this year.
I know. I thought it was a scam.
It's not. The money's there.
It's also like, hey, let's be honest. Like, we get money from Facebook. So like sometimes I'll have a deposit.
I don't get money from Facebook. You do.
Meta.
They will not monetize me.
Well, that's a story for another day.
But no, this was not from Facebook. It was from it was like a law office that probably like litigated the entire process.
Mine had a bunch of gibberish and then it said Facebook somewhere in it.
Mine said Facebook in the description. Okay, campers, regardless.
Check your bank account.
Someone out there, there's no way we were the only ones in this
way.
Camp. Some camper out there got the notification too. And you know what? We filled out the petition. We did our due diligence. We let someone else litigate it for us. And look at us, guys. We are, and this happened, $70 richer. And it's just like, I don't know why it's so exciting.
That's why they're like panic rolling out. They're like, use edits. Come on now. Come on.
Oh, Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah. This was specifically with Facebook data. It wasn't Instagram. Meta owns them, right? But I remember this was a class action lawsuit against Facebook selling your data.
I feel like class action lawsuits are happening all the time, or at least like people are talking about it.
We were involved, and we won a class action lawsuit.
I can't believe it. We didn't even have to show up to court.
And you thank God, because you guys know what happened last time I did that. Oh, no, did I ever talk about that?
I honestly don't think you did.
I was in a jury once. I'm trying to figure out how to integrate it into my show. It's just like so dense, but also so juice. And I'm like, am I allowed to talk about my time on jury duty? Yeah, guys, I never talked about that.
The Patreon girlies, Cabin 5 members, watched it happen in real time.
Wait,
because
Cabin 5 does know about
last summer. If you watch the
summer vlogs,
yeah,
Camper Counts era. beach.
Exactly. And it was
camper,
the same.
not camper counselor era.
Coastal counselor era.
I'm like, we're always in our camper counselor era.
And it was when the brakes went out and it was a whole hullabaloo. And then I went and I saw Lizzie Borden during that era. The Great Potato Head Hunt. What was I doing that summer?
Oh my God, that raccoon almost mauled you.
It was a lot.
Oh my God,
the birth of Randy Raccoon. It was a big week for us. There was a lot going on. You were in jury.
Yeah, and then I was litigating.
Off to jury duty. And I'm on the jury, guys. I'm literally I had to go to H&M yesterday and buy a polo. And I said, I refuse to buy dress shoes and pants, okay? One of the guys on my jury that was there the day before who knew he was on the jury wore a Carhartt t-shirt and shorts, okay? It should be over today. I literally am like in awe that I'm on this jury. I know this is a civil obligation and I'm taking it seriously because it's someone's like life that could end up in like jail. But it's an insane case, and I have to sit there and like lock in for 8 hours today, like taking notes and listening to witness testimony and look at the smoking gun. Like, so we're going to Dunkin', and the problem is I have IBS. So if I have to shit myself in the middle of a witness testimony, what am I going to do?
And one thing about me, I'm gonna litigate. And one thing about us, we're gonna win. Campers, please, please, please chime in the comments. Did anyone else get that $35 payment?
And how do you intend on spending it? Are you investing? Are you going to buy yourself one cork wedge? Because I don't know if you can get two.
What are you going to spend your money on?
Oh, I don't know. I've dreamt of this day. I've yearned for this day. Maybe I'll buy myself like a nice a slushie.
We're going to the airport tomorrow because when you hear this, our Vegas shows will be complete, or our Vegas show. So I'm going to spend it on beer.
As you should.
Beer at the airport. And I think we should get into today's episode.
Let's get into it.
I have a story about a camper who found out book clubs aren't always about books.
I've got another scary story about a camper who brought home more than a bargain from the thrift store.
And I have a scary story about a camper stuck in a Girl Scout Final Destination moment. Actually, two. Let's get into it.
Are we qualified to be giving advice? No. Are we going to do it anyway? Absolutely.
Welcome back to Dear Counselors. Do you have a question, an inquiry for Jonathan and I? You can write in and ask us anything at campcounselorspodcast.com on the write-in tab, or send us an email to campcounselorspod@gmail.com. This camper writes in, Dear Counselors, hello babes. I need to start off by saying I listen to you every Monday and Wednesday while I walk the dogs, 2 German Shepherds, and giggling in the process.
Hi, doggies.
Hi, puppy. Woof, woof. I'm from a tiny town in Iowa, a stay-at-home mom, and within the last year, joined our library book club. Side note, please support your local library. I am the youngest there by at least 30 to 35 years. I'm 32.
Okay, I love that. Everybody, get your library cards. I have yet to get my library card since we moved, but I was very proud to have my library card when we were living in Brooklyn.
Yeah, you are a supporter of the library arts.
I also just want to say that I still use my Brooklyn library card. Digi-downloads.
Okay, so anyways, last month was my turn to pick a book. This is How It Always Is by Lori Frankel. If you're unfamiliar, it is about the youngest of 5 boys who feels more like a girl. He likes dresses, dolls, and that type of thing, and about how he and his family try to find his place in the world and all the nuances that entails.
Okay, so she's choosing this at a public library, Iowa book club.
Yeah, it's an Iowa book club. Yeah, and it's public.
I'm following.
Okay, so when I read a book, I simply read it for what it is. This book I also read from the perspective of a mother who'd do anything for their child's happiness. I knew some women wouldn't like the book, and that's okay. The conversation was 85% fruitful and opinions were respectful. However, I was not prepared for a woman to bring her theology into it. You can probably guess where this is going. As conversations go, it eventually drifted from the story at hand and turned towards the queer community as a whole. This woman went so far as to mention conversion therapy, and I did everything I could to not lunge at her. I felt my face get hot and my hands shake as she talked about or talked down to anyone who didn't share her ideas. The only reason I didn't freak out on her is A, out of respect for the other members, and B, I knew it wouldn't change her mind. I stopped interacting with her altogether. I won't engage in discussion, won't wave in the street, none of it. I've seen her true character, and that was enough. My question is, do I stay at the book club I really enjoyed or cut my losses altogether and stop going, or stick it out and continue not engaging with her. I've already decided if I stay, every book I pick from now on will have queer characters in one form or another.
Yes.
Because of her, that's why. Sincerely, ready to throw down in the mess hall.
I was going to say ready to throw down in the self-help section. Wait, I love this, Camper. I love your choice and I love your future choices. I don't want to frame it as stick it out. I think you go, you enjoy your time, you kiki with the girls who get you, you ignore that person. And I think it's important that you stay. Don't you? I feel like
100%. I think you stick it out as long as you're not uncomfortable, which it seems like you are not afraid of conflict. And I love that about you. We don't have to, I mean, like you're not afraid to be around it, right? You don't want to engage in it. And you're so right. You are not here on this earth to change anyone's mind. Okay. That burden is so stressful to feel like you have to kind of, these people, I'm going to say this as a whole. Okay. Right. People have enough information to make a choice. And if they've chosen to not like gay people, then that's on them. And you don't have to make that your moral obligation to change their backwards mindset. But you enjoy this book club. You should be in this book club and you should operate in however you want to. If you want to read queer stories and promote that, then that's amazing. And I love that. But also don't feel like that's your obligation as well, right? You need to do activities that bring you joy. And if there's people in it that you really enjoy, then participate it wholeheartedly. But I don't want you to feel as if you should stop enjoying things because some people are going to ruin it. They don't get to steal your joy.
Yeah, then it's like a job well done in their evil ways. And I think too, it's like, this is kind of like what book clubs are about. It's like bringing an opinion and maybe changing somebody's mind. Who knows? She could read the right book that strikes the right chord and it could change everything for her, which for me, I think would be a good goal. But again, what Zach was saying, don't make it your complete obligation. But you gotta stay. And if at any time she makes you uncomfortable or you're like feeling weird about going to book club, just picture me and Zach as your little shoulder angels or shoulder devils. And we have our little freak flags and we're waving them and we're thanking you for going and you're doing the work. So
yeah. And I'm so happy that you are enjoying queer stories. I think we should support queer writers. And and maybe she'll learn something, Maybe your choices of books will open her eyes and maybe it will change her. But just go for you. And I love that you're 32 amongst all the 60-year-olds at the library. You're probably helping them. So
right, exactly. Like
one bad egg does not spoil the baker's dozen.
And you could also just start a rumor about this woman.
Oh my God,
why not
start a rumor? Let's start. Let's be helpful. What kind of rumors could we start? She parks in handicap spots without a tag.
Period.
That's rad.
Oh wait, I did that the other day.
Well, it's okay. I won't start that rumor about
you.
I
know it's not a rumor. It's a truther. And I didn't mean to, campers. I'm sorry. Forgive me. But when I was in the laundromat, I came out and I was pulling out of the spot and I was like, oh my God. It was like faded paint. So that wasn't my fault.
It's okay. Was someone waiting? There's also no one in that parking lot ever. I think they're okay.
I almost got in 2 car crashes in that parking lot.
And
I've been there once.
Jonathan, I'm not going to blame you, but that's on you.
No, he wasn't looking.
2 car crashes in one parking lot?
He started backing out and he wasn't looking. So I stopped the car and I had to lay on the horn while I was stopped.
It's crazy when someone continues to back up and you have to lay on the horn.
And I
was always like, all right, hello.
He was looking at his receipt and like shuffling around. And I'm like, I know he's going to hit the car.
Well, it's not about him and it's not about us. It's about our camper.
Yeah.
Stay at the library, support libraries, and support queer writers. We love you, camper.
Camp counselors will be right back after these short messages. This is an ad by BetterHelp. October 10th is World Mental Health Day. Behind every breakthrough moment, every question that helps someone see things differently, there's a therapist showing up for their client. BetterHelp wants to spotlight the people who truly make the world a better place by helping us move forward one session at a time. Therapy can be a place where you finally feel heard, where you can connect the dots, or where you can just let it all out. If something's been keeping you up at night, talking to the right person can really make all the difference. And BetterHelp wants to make it easier to make that step. With over 30,000 licensed therapists and more than 12 years of experience matching people to the right fit, they've already helped over 5 million people worldwide. Their process starts with a short questionnaire to pair you with someone tailored to your goals. And if it's not the right fit, you can switch therapists at any time. This World Mental Health Day, we're celebrating the therapists who've helped millions of people take this step forward. If you're ready to find the right therapist for you, BetterHelp can help you start that journey. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/camp. That's betterhelp.com/camp. This episode is brought to you in part by Factor. Fall can be cozy, but also chaotic. Routines are busier, days are shorter, and finding the time to cook can be tough. But that's why I love Factor. Their chef-prepared, dietitian-approved meals make it easy to stay on track and enjoy something comforting and delicious no matter how chaotic the season gets. With Factor, you can choose from a wide selection of weekly meal options, including premium seafood choices like salmon and shrimp at no extra cost. From more choices to better nutrition, it's no wonder 97% of customers say that Factor helped them live a healthier life. Eat smart at factormeals.com/camp50off and use code CAMP50off to get 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for a year. That's code CAMP50OFF at factormeals.com/camp50off for 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. Get delicious, ready-to-eat meals delivered with Factor. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. And now, back to the show.
Scary stories around the campfire.
Welcome back to Scary Stories Around the Campfire. Y'all, we've got another spooky one. And in the last Trail Mix episode, I got good feedback that people liked the spooky music that was laid behind it. So I think maybe, if stories will allow during October, during the spooky season, we just pick a couple scary stories and just strum up the spookiness of the season.
I'm totally down for that.
Okay, so this is one of them. Our camper writes in, "Hey, counselors.
Hey.
Love the podcast. You guys make my long drive survivable." So this is a bit long, but I've got a scary story that I still can't wrap my head around. And my fellow campers, please let this be a cautionary tale when thrifting. I love the thrift store. I love the deals, never knowing what you may find, walking out with an updated wardrobe, overpriced board games with missing half the pieces. You get it.
That's irritating, actually, but
camper writes, "I do hate the smell, but you can't have it all." And we were just at a thrift store, and you were like, "Why do they all smell the same?" It's is that what everybody's kind of laundry smells like when you put them all together?
This is so funny, but you can only thrift in a really good mindset. If you're slightly a little bit irritated, it's actually the most overstimulating, disgusting experience of your life. That smell gets in you, and someone hits you with their car, and you're like, "Actually, I'm gonna throw hands." At Savers. That smell is stinky.
It's
stinky, minky, and minchy.
All right. So it was a rainy weekend in 2022.
Okay.
I wasn't looking for anything in particular, just killing time and enjoying the goods that the Goodwill would will me to find. I was in the home decor section when I spotted a lamp that caught my eye. I walked over and thought to myself, this would look great in my living room. I bent down to check the price tag, and that's when I noticed something on the bottom shelf next to it. A cookbook. It was one of those paperback ones with spiral binding, an old community cookbook from the 70s or 80s where each recipe is submitted by a different church member. I flipped it open, and sure enough, the first page said, "The Women's Fellowship of St. Bridget's Parish." Now, I'm not a religious girly, but growing up in the South, my mother raised me on so many good meals from cookbooks like this one. And I love baking. It's like my therapy. So I figured, why not? I bought the lamp and the cookbook. The lamp works fine. The cookbook was a different story. When I got to my car, I opened the book and read through a few recipes before finding one I liked. I was out anyway, so I might as well stop at my local grocer and grab some ingredients and make this rainy weekend as cozy as possible. One recipe for zucchini bread stood out to me, mainly because it had the number 3 written in pen next to it. Not sure what that meant, but the recipe sounded good. It seemed pretty straightforward. Flour, milk, sugar, zucchini, the works. I followed the recipe and it baked up nice and golden brown. But when I cut into it, it smelled a little off. The best way I can describe it is earthy.
I don't want my sweet treats to be earthy.
I still had zucchinis left over, so I checked them and they were still fresh. Mind you, counselors, I hadn't noticed any smell or anything off while I was baking it. Maybe I shouldn't have, but I tasted a tiny piece. It was sweet, but also pretty earthy. It was absolutely not the vibe, even for a savory camper like myself, so I threw the loaf out and thought nothing of it. But later that night, at 2 a.m., I woke up because my smoke alarm was going off. I ran out to my kitchen, my heart was racing, and then everything shifted. I don't know how to explain it, but the whole house just felt bad. Like a heavy feeling of impending doom came over me that I haven't felt before. Like something really bad was about to happen. What I saw in that kitchen was not a fire, but there was a glow. The oven. Not the heat, but the light inside the oven was on. It was just me and my dog living in this house, and I would have seen that light when I was turning out the lights before going to bed. I tried to shake it off. And let me just say this. Had the smoke alarm gone off alone without a fire, that would have been strange. But that, plus the fact that the oven light was on, it felt like something else was going on. I double-checked that the oven itself was off. I slowly checked every room in the house while gripping a baseball bat. Shout out to my dad for giving it to me as a housewarming gift when I moved out. I turned out the lights and went back to bed. The next morning, I walked to the kitchen to find my poor little dog Cooper had peed in the house. This was unusual for him, as he was 5 years old at the time and fully potty trained. Maybe it was just his anxiety from the loud smoke alarms. Or maybe it was something worse. Because as I was cleaning up his mess, I noticed the clock on the oven was blinking as if the power had gone out. The clock on the microwave above the stove was still telling the right time, so I knew the power hadn't actually gone out. The following day, I was working from home and about to hop on a Zoom call when I heard a knock at my front door. 3 knocks, to be exact. Cooper started barking like crazy. His scruff was fully up and he showed a side of himself that I had never seen before. I went to the door expecting a package or someone trying to sell me something, and I really wished that was the case, but no one was there. Was I going crazy? I swear I heard 3 distinct knocks. Cooper had 2 or he wouldn't have been going Cujo mode. Then I remembered that 3 that was written in pen in the cookbook. Absolutely fucking not. The zucchini bread was still in the trash, so I grabbed the cookbook, threw it in the trash, and brought that shit right out to the curb. And then the strange happenings stopped. To this day, I have still never felt a dread like that. I don't know what to even say about this, but I will say I am so happy that Cooper and I now live in a different house with my fiance. Thanks for reading my scary story, if you chose to read it. My sister and I came to your live show in Atlanta last year, and we can't wait to shake our yabos again this year.
Woo!
Signed, The Haunted Baker in Cabin 3.
Look, I wish I could enjoy those stories, but they do make me uneasy. Because
that was so, it's just like weird. It's just like, what do you say? Like, what do I say moving on from this? Like, it's weird and spooky. So, Camper, great story. Thank you for sharing. If anybody else has an experience like this, send her on in. But last night, Zach and I are laying in bed and he had his sound machine on and I know. And this is what I had just read the story because I was putting together today's episode. We're about to fall asleep, campers. And this is like, ew. And I hear what I thought was something playing from my phone and it sounded like a train horn passing by. Mind you, campers, there is no train anywhere near our house. How it was so loud, Zach was still awake. And I said, do you hear that? I sat up because it sounded like it was right in our backyard. And you thought that it was coming from my phone. I thought it was coming from my phone, but I put it up to my ear. There was nothing. I turned the volume up on my phone and then I turned it all the way down. Nothing. And the horn was still going. And I was like, what the fuck is this ghost train in our backyard? And I had just read the story.
Yeah, there was a weird train noise last night.
I was absolutely terrified. So campers, I hope that terrified some of you. Thank you for sharing.
I wouldn't have thrown it out.
The book?
I would have brought it back.
I'm such a... Oh, brought what back?
The book back to the thrift store. That's like how my mind would have went. Because I would have been like, oh, it's going to be even more mad at me if it's in a trash can.
Understood. So you wanted to rid yourself of it. What if that's why it ended up in the thrift store to begin with?
Camper. Oh my God. Someone else had it and Camper, what is happening right now? Also, the earthy smell.
That's
sick.
gross.
That was her damp earthy smell. Was she a nun? It was a parish.
I have no idea.
I don't know what that means. Wow. I hated that. Also, the way
the haunted zucchini bread.
Your mind went to zucchini bread first. What else was in that book, Camper? Because my mind would have not gone to, okay, zucchini bread first.
I don't think I've ever had zucchini
It's
bread.
actually
Honestly,
sweet.
I don't think I need to have zucchini bread ever.
No, because you've never had it. That's a bold statement for someone who's never tried it.
Now I'm scared.
Oh, okay. Because it tastes nothing like zucchini. Oh my God. There were so many crazy incidences in that. Amazing story. I love that.
Camp counselors will be right back after these short messages. This ad is brought to you by Viiv Healthcare, the makers of Apretude, Cabotegravir. You never skip your SPF, and you carry hand sanitizer like an accessory. But what are you doing for HIV prevention? One way to help protect yourself from HIV is Apretude, a prescription medicine used to reduce the risk of getting HIV in adults and adolescents weighing at least 77 pounds. You must be HIV negative to receive Apretude and get tested before each injection. If you think you were exposed to HIV or have flu-like symptoms, tell your doctor right away. More HIV testing may be needed. Apretude does not prevent other sexually transmitted infections. Practice safer sex to reduce your risk. Get Apretude as scheduled. Missing doses increases your HIV risk. Don't take Apretude if allergic to it or taking certain medicines that may interact. Tell your doctor about your medical conditions, liver problems, and mental health. Serious side effects include allergic reactions or rash, liver problems, and depression. If these occur, get medical help right away. The most common side effect is injection site reaction. Bring your A game and talk to your doctor. Learn more at apretude.com or call 1-888-240-0340. And now, back to the show.
I too have a scary story, but mine is a little bit more wild and like a
okay. So it's like we're sending everybody off into the world on like a better note than like bye guys.
Not as haunting, but definitely chaotic. So our camper writes in, this was destined to be a scary story at Camp Shady Birch.
Off to a great start.
It has it all. Camp lore, Girl Scouts, farms, near-death experiences, and ends with me shaking my yabos. In 2012, I'm a senior in high school, still rocking the Girl Scout life. So fierce, Camper. I'm obsessed.
When do they give you the boot from Girl Scouts? Do they kick you out?
They know when you're a Boy Scout, you go to Eagle Scout. So I don't know, do the Girl Scouts get like a...
I don't know.
She's a Girl Scout, but cookies, camping, the whole shebang. Little did I know I was about to star in a horror movie, Farm Edition. A local farm was hosting an event for the elementary school scouts, horseback riding, crafts, all the typical things. My troop, being older, were basically unpaid interns leading the chaos. The day kicked off with a hayride that should have been called the Hayride to Hell. I hopped on this janky wooden trailer with a bunch of scouts and a couple of adults. Red flag number one, the trailer was made of wood. I'm used to metal, but whatever. I'm feeling adventurous. We're cruising, enjoying the scenery, when the driver decides to take us up this massive hill so that we could see the entire farm from above. Oh, no. Also, I don't need to get the farm from a higher viewpoint.
I saw it from the parking lot. I'm good.
He's like, no, you're gonna want to see those rolling orchards from above.
It's like, oh, there's more corn.
As we're chugging it up this hill, I start hearing creaking. Not the cute rustic kind. The this is about to fall apart kind.
Oh no.
Then I heard it. A crack so loud it could shatter glass. The trailer was no longer attached to the tractor.
So no.
And we're rolling backwards down a hill.
Oh my God. With a bunch of little girls, they're like...
It was like a scene from a Final Destination movie. We started chucking kids off the trailer, then jumping ourselves.
Oh my God.
The trailer took a dive into a ravine. We stood watching it flip and tumble down and down until we could barely see it anymore. I'm pretty sure we'd all be seriously injured had we had not escaped. Scariest moment of my life.
Holy shit. Like that could have been death.
Yeah, catastrophic. But wait, there's more. The same day after our near-death experience, I got assigned to the horseback riding station.
How do we continue on the day from here? What happened in between there and the horseback ride? Was there an apology? Is there a lawsuit in the works? Because this is like dead ass. Hey, this could have been your class action lawsuit.
Every day that involves different stations is always a good day.
Okay.
And the fact that our camper is in the horseback riding station, pretty iconic.
I think that's iconic, but I think I'm like, oh my God, we almost just died. Anyway, let's go pet the horsies.
Yeah, well, there's scouts on the line, and we have to do it for our girls.
I can see the farmer hopping off the tractor. He's like, listen, you guys are here for another 45, and we gotta man these stables. This is why
we don't take the trailer to the high point.
And this is why nobody needs to see the corn from above.
He's like, well, damn, you never saw it. So despite being a Girl Scout all my life, I'm not a horse girl. I don't make that connection.
I don't either, but that's how... Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it's not.
Yeah, I feel like when people don't like horses, I do get it. You don't realize how big a horse is until you're next to one. And then you go, I'm a horse girl. Not really, but I'm a horse enthusiast. I like horses.
You're hoof-hearted.
Yeah, I'm hoof-hearted fully. Wholeheartedly hoof-hearted.
Hey, hoof-hearted.
All right. Nonetheless, my job was to put kids on horses and lead them around a pen. See, and one thing about me, I'm not in enough pens lately.
I know what we're doing after this.
Easy enough. At lunchtime, the farmers were like, hey, why don't y'all ride the horses? After cheating death, I'm thinking, YOLO. So I tried to climb on them. Sorry. So I tried to climb on one of them. So I tried to climb on them. She's just like jumping
She's
on
just
all
like
of them.
climbing across them. We're like, we didn't mean that.
She's like rolling her body like a snake across all of them. No. So I tried to climb on one of them. And as I swung my leg over, the saddle decided to slide itself off of the horse. I was hanging on for dear life, but gravity won. I landed flat on my back, winded and defeated. Oh, I hate when the wind gets knocked out of you.
Oh, no.
So she like put her leg over and the whole thing kind of just like slid off the other side.
What kind of operation are we running
what
at
kind
this?
of farm is this?
No, like truly they need to be,
class
this
action.
place needs to be written up. Like report to the principal's office.
We'll write them up. Give us the contact information and we'll send them a formal write-up from Camp Shady Bush. We're not going there, campers. And I'm sorry, you guys wanted a harvest extravaganza. We're doing it from home. We're doing it from your cabins because this is what happens.
No, honestly, this kind of sounds like shenanigans that would happen at this camp.
I can't. So our camper stood up and that's when she felt it, or rather didn't feel it. My bra.
Oh, no.
Apparently, it got snagged on the saddle horn and unclipped under my shirt, falling to the ground.
What's the saddle horn?
I'm not sure.
The probably thing you hold on to?
The praline, the prindle.
No. Oh, like the shower faucet.
The shower faucet,
oh
right?
my God, and now she's just braless.
She's braless. No,
Where
it
did
literally
go?
fell to the ground.
That's awful. Because
That
then
thing
it's like everybody sees that, you got to pick it up.
Oh my God. It's literally on the ground. That thing, like, what's it called when you have that little piece of wood and you pull the band back?
A splinter?
When you pull the band back and you're like a mischievous kid.
Oh, a slingshot.
It's slingshotted off of her.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so now I've always been, shall we say, blessed in the Viiv department. So going braless was not exactly subtle. But at this point, I embraced the craziness of the day. I hopped back on that horse and rode it off into the sunset. Yabo shaking with every trot of that horse.
Oh my God, she's like, just leave it. I'm getting back on this horse. That's what they always say. You got to get back on that horse.
It's the way that you're blessed in the Viiv department is already incredible. And you could have walked around that farm and it would have been a lot to see. But the fact that you galloped into the sunset without a bra, those things were at your chin, they were down your ankles, they were going left to right.
Yeah.
They were the full compass effect of it all. And you deserve that because you've already gone through hell and back. And the last thing we're gonna do is have you tied down with a bra on. Be free, be mother, be woman right now.
I love this. I'm picturing like a slow-mo silhouette of her with the sunset and the horse is up on like two legs and she's using her as like a lasso.
She goes, anyways, just wondering if Camp Shady Birch can start offering braless, bouncy trail rides.
Oh,
Camper,
yeah.
You're actually in charge of that.
Mm-hmm.
So now you are, because you're already like, I don't know, like you've already done
that. Yeah.
You've already walked this path.
You're savvy.
You're savvy. So sign the camper riding bra free in cabin 3.
Oh my God. They're in cabin 3 with zucchini bread ass.
Yeah, spooky things happen all across the board, from funny to scary to life-threatening.
What an excellent episode. I'm like kind of hungry now thinking about that haunted bread. It's kind of like concerning, but I feel like we should go to the mess hall and we could all enjoy some of that. Because I actually dug it up from beyond the grave, the cookbook that is. I didn't clarify. Thank you so much for listening to our episode. If you want us to read one of your stories, send us an email, camcounselorspod@gmail.com, or head to our sexy little website, camcounselorspodcast.com.
If you can review our show 5 stars wherever you're listening. It really helps us on the back end. We will see you on Wednesday. We'll see you next week. And with that being said,
Lights out, campers.